Hello and welcome to another Get Good at Business highlight. I'm your host and business coach, Taylor Proctor, here to help you get good at business so you can get back into the heart of why you got into business in the first place. And the way that we do that is through the I Move method, which stands for intuition, marketing, operations, velocity, and execution. And today I am so excited to be joined by the wonderful Pat Honiotes. She is a transformational coach for leaders who are ready and willing to step into the richer, truly unique work that is waiting for them. Her methodology, skills, and talents fully support her clients to utilize their own unique personalities and skills in the ways that best suit them, while either expecting nor pushing conformity. With their individual personalities at the forefront, Pat supports them in building businesses, their lives, and their world their way. So, Pat, I'm so excited to have you on today, and I'm really grateful that you're going to kind of pull back the curtain in how you work within the areas of the I Move method in your business.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to be here. I'm excited too. We're going to have some fun.
I love it.
But
So,
thanks.
let's kick things off. Can you share with us if there was that pivotal moment or experience that really inspired you to become a transformational coach, but not only a transformational coach, but a transformational coach for leaders?
It was a progression of things. Okay, so I can't point to just one moment, but I will tell you that in a small space of time, I was talking to a number of clients that had done a lot of work with traditional coaches, traditional business coaches, and somehow it just wasn't hitting the mark. And
Mm.
then I was in a networking group and I was listening up. Okay, I know what it is. We've all been taught from the time we were old enough to know better. You never ever bring your personal life into your business, right? And I'm here to call BS on that because
Mhm.
it's already there. Okay. So it was that culmination of things. And if it's already there and you can understand it and understand your patterns, you can make it work for you instead of against you. And so, just silly things like, I'm so overwhelmed. Well, I know the underlying reason why people are underwhelmed, and we can help them understand that.
Mm.
Okay. People say, procrastinate. I'm always procrastinating. Well, with my background in counseling, psych, and education, I will tell you, and this people get so amazed at this, is 99% of the time it goes back to a birth situation. And we can trace it back so many times. And
Mm.
the thing is unless you can understand that and then work on that, you're going to keep that pattern up, no matter how many courses you take or books you read. But if you can get it here and go, okay, there I go procrastinating again. I got it. So it was a whole bunch of stuff that just came together at once, and I kind of got it, especially for leaders because it holds them back sometimes. They've got good stuff and they want to share, but they hold back. And it's because of the personal stuff that they're not allowed to think about with their business.
So let me ask you this. What do you define as a leader?
Oh, wow. Okay. I have a pretty broad definition of a leader. That is someone who walks their talks, stands in their truth, is genuine, and invites others to not follow them. It's not what it's about. It's to lead with them, to walk beside them.
I love that. So you're going to these events, you're talking to these business owners, these leaders, they're hitting those walls, and you're like, I can help. It's time to start this business.
Yes, yes.
I love that. So as we move into the I Move method, it sounds like intuition played a role in your understanding and moving forward in your business. I would wager to bet, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but it plays a role in how you work with your clients. So, how do you tap into your intuition to really shape the direction and the offerings of your coaching programs? Because you have ones like Be the Nucleus of Your Life and Business from the Inside Out. So, how do you use your intuition to shape the direction of those offerings and of your business?
I use my intuition to shape my very life. This is kind of a broad question for me because fortunately I've always just known how to do that. Even, it's a matter of me sitting back and saying, okay, what's up? And I'll ask questions. Or
Mhm.
sometimes I'll just hear stuff like, what people need to do is to learn to feel. Or what people need to do is to become the nucleus of their life and start taking charge. I don't really have a method, Taylor. It's just, I think it's just the way I live, just the way I be.
Mhm.
Actually, I had a client one time said to me, I want you to teach me how to do that. And I said, I can't, because I've just done it. You just don't want to tell me. I said, oh no, I would tell you because then we could get everybody on board, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, it just kind of happens. It sounds like a cop out answer, even as I'm saying it, but it's the truth. If I want to know
Yeah.
something, I just ask.
I love that though, because I think for every person, their intuition is like a fingerprint. It's unique to them, and that makes it hard to teach as well. But also, by tuning in, by tapping in and knowing it and saying, yeah, I ask questions and that's how I figure these things out, right? That's using your intuition, and that leads to that aligned and congruent action that supports the rest of your business and the rest of the I move method.
The challenge comes in sometimes, though, I have to admit, is always listening to what I hear. It's like, no, I want to do this. But I think that's true for everyone too. It's great to listen, right? But you also have to follow through.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk marketing. What innovative marketing strategies have you implemented to both reach and connect with your target audience, whether it's online or in person, and that audience of leaders and business owners that you help through your transformational coaching?
I use humor a lot. I use the unexpected a lot. For the most part, when business people come to me for coaching, they're expecting all this very straight procedural, and we do that to a certain extent, okay? But what really brings people to me is my humor, the unexpected, my straightforwardness. I'm 77 years old. I don't have time to mess around. Let's get this done. You know, we don't have much time here. Some of the other things, more traditional things, is a lot of times I'll let, like if I'm working with an owner that has a right hand assistant, I'll have them say, why don't you bring them to a couple of sessions?
Mhm.
And then they start to, you know what? She even let me bring someone to, yeah, I mean, you're helping the business, right?
Yeah.
That works very well. Um, there's been times when I've offered a class and I'll say, if you've got 4 or 5 friends or, some people in your business, bring your own group. I'll set up a time and just do a group for you. So it's kind of, sometimes it just hits me. I'm hearing, okay, tell them to bring, it's that intuition thing again.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that your marketing's working for you by being authentic in yourself and having that sense of humor and being like, I'm 77 years old. I don't have time for this. Like, let's get results, right?
Yes,
So results driven, humor, showing up authentically, and then listening to your intuition and saying, this is what I need to say that can help them and bring them in as clients.
exactly. Exactly. And there's been times I'll just go, you really want me to say that to them, huh?
That's so fun though, because it really is like that listening to intuition just leads to so many other things. So you had mentioned that when people come to work with you, that they think it's going to be the structured thing, and you do have some structured components.
Yes.
I'd like to shift gears and talk about structure in terms of your operational systems and processes that you use in your business, right?
Yes.
What processes and systems have you established to really keep things running smooth and keep that client satisfaction high?
The very first thing that happens, Taylor, is they are set up with an appointment with my assistant, and what we call it an onboarding call. And so many people are so frazzled by folders and getting on the Zoom calls. And she sits there and she spends, I would say, anywhere from a half hour to 45 minutes, depending on the person, and shows them exactly how to get into their folder, how to upload, how to, all the techie stuff, how to
Mhm.
schedule, and really spends time with them. And they can ask all sorts of questions. We have gotten so much feedback on that. We're so worried, or boy, nobody else ever did that. Well, all right, they're happy with that. Everyone has a standing appointment so that they can count on every Monday at 2 o'clock, this is where I'm going to be and this is what I'm going to do. Now, it's not so rigid that they can't change it. But from the very beginning, we have a standing appointment that just keeps things all rolling. All right.
That's
Um,
the expectation.
yeah, you got it. You got it. The other thing is, I'm pretty available. I mean, I have really healthy boundaries. I'm not doing calls at 2 a.m. or anything, but they know that I'm really pretty available. And if I can't get back to them within, an hour or so, that I will, that I'm on a call. And we've also heard a lot about that. I've heard people say, well, my other coach said that I would just have to wait until my next session. Um, okay, but not everything happens on Monday at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I think those are the main things. Yeah. And we just have a routine. I'm very fortunate in that my assistant's been with me for almost 10 years now. So
Oh,
when we have a new client, I don't do anything but coach the client. She takes care of all the rest of it. And that comes through to the client because there's not anything that disrupts them or pulls their attention away from their session.
yeah. And you've really thought client customer first. What is their journey to make sure that they are set up for success? What is the journey to set the expectations and give them what they truly need? Like, that's incredible.
The other thing we do that they love is they not only get a video of their session, we give them a transcription too,
Nice.
so that they don't have to go through and yeah, it's all that little stuff.
Makes such a difference.
It does. It does.
So, speaking of things making a difference, let's move to the V of iMove, which is all about velocity. So, what tactics or approaches have you employed and found most effective to really accelerating your business's growth and maintaining the momentum?
I make sure that I always have a coach.
Mm,
And I will tell my clients, if you're going to hire someone that doesn't have a coach, that's a coach, run as fast as you can away, because we continue to grow all the time.
right.
And so I attribute a lot of that, and I have more than one coach. I mean, I have the one, but you also have others. That means I'm growing and learning new things all the time, and I take them with me. In fact, that's some of the feedback that we'll get. I grow, I share. I'm not the same coach I was 10, 15, 20 years ago.
We certainly hope not.
Yeah, thank you. And I have clients that I've had for over 20 years. Now, do
Mm,
I see them every week for 20 years? No. But they're regularly there for that. And it's because they know they're not going to get the same old stuff.
right.
By the same token, if we need to review, we do. But that's been the biggest thing, is not staying the same, living things up. The name of the game is to grow. So then let's do that by modeling that and sharing it.
I think that's incredible too. And you're the first person, and we've done over 70 of these interviews, to ever say that as a velocity growing technique. So I
All
think
right.
big gold nugget and takeaway there. So as we wrap things up, uh, the E of iMove is all about execution. So what is the major project, the big initiative that you're currently focusing on and using to elevate your coaching practice to that next level?
I have to tell you, I'm so excited about this. I can hardly stand it. It all just kind of came together. And it's a brand new program. Well, it's not brand because there's elements there, but it's a brand new program and it's called Business Badassery. Okay. And there's so many overwhelmed entrepreneurs and small business owners that have just had it. They're doing fine, yada, yada. It's all okay. But they want more than that. And to me,
Mhm.
that's fine. So these are for ones that they're ready to risk. They're ready to go all in, kick butt, and reclaim their time and their businesses. And so it's one of these hitting ones. Now, the other thing that I love about it is they have to be vulnerable. They have to stop holding back. They have to do things they've never done before, which makes it interesting on my end, but there's too. So it's not just the same old thing. The other thing about it, and I think you may have gotten this by now, as much as we talked, is I've got their back the whole way.
Right.
That can be scary. So if they're, and I'm just like, okay, I'm a phone call away, I'm a text away. But I'm telling you, Can you tell? I'm excited. It's really cool. It's really
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And has that already launched?
not quite. What I will tell you is on the 13th of August, we're doing an intro thing, and it's called the Overwhelm Busting Boot Camp tour, because that's where all my people start in overwhelm. So
Right.
that will be a mini launch, and then 2 weeks later, we're going into the full blown thing.
Oh, I love that. So, if our listeners and viewers want to learn more about that and they want to learn more about you, where can they go?
Well, I'll tell you, I believe you have an, a link in
Mhm.
the thing over there. Notice my technological terms are really classy. That's the best place to start. If you go to that link and you sign up, you will get what I call the nucleus scorecard. The nucleus meaning you're in control of your life, and it gives you a way to track and look at that on a regular basis and seeing how close you're coming. The fun part about that, at least the fun part for me about that, is when you get that scorecard, you will then also get a link to my Calendly, which means if you would like to take advantage of it, I will do a 15-minute coaching call for anyone around that scorecard if you'd like me to do that.
Oh, wonderful. Amazing. So that link is in the description of this video. So be sure to go click it, check it out. And in that 15-minute call with Pat, you can also ask her about the upcoming business badassery sessions.
There you go.
Okay, beautiful. Well, Pat, thank you so much for joining us today. As you know, we do these shows so that we can learn from a variety of different business owners who are in different spaces in their businesses. I'll also say I think you are my first person that I've interviewed that's been in business for 20 years. So I want to offer congratulations and
Thank
honor
you. I
that.
add one thing to that. It's really been over 40.
Okay, well, in 40
I
years of
love it.
business,
It's so fun.
yes. So thank you for bringing your experience, your expertise, for pulling back the curtain on what you're doing in your business to be successful, because we have these interviews in this podcast so that we can learn from a variety of business owners in different spaces. And so I just really want to say thank you and honor you for being on the show. It means a lot and really appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Taylor. I had a ball and it was fun, and this is so good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, for those of you watching and listening, be sure to stay tuned. Of course, we'll have more Get Good at Business highlights coming to you in the future. In the meantime, let's get good at business together.